Hey, my name is Tony. I'm the online pastor at Rockbridge, and I wanted to share with you some changes that we're making in our service schedule effective today and why we're making those changes. But first, and I promise we'll get to that in about a minute, I want to just celebrate what we're seeing in churches, not only in our communities, but literally all over the world. So back in March, when we all started having to make changes and adapt and prevent the spread of COVID-19, it really pushed some churches, including us, into more of an online presence. Some churches had never even posted their videos on a website before. Some churches didn't have a live service, and we would be in that category. We didn't have live services streamed at the time. So now we have a great online presence, and many other churches are using a similar platform, one that we're using called Church Online, and it's provided by Life Church out in Oklahoma. They really are incredible and provide that service for free for any churches that want to use it. And back before March, there were about 3,000 churches that used the Church Online platform. And I just heard this past week that about 23,000 churches are now on the Church Online platform. Now, that doesn't even include the churches that are on Facebook now, the churches that are on YouTube now, and other streaming platforms. So what an incredible opportunity for the church to be on display and to shine the light that we have in us, that is Jesus and His Spirit living in us. It's incredible that we get to see that and we get to be a part of that. So we can celebrate that, and we at the same time want to think about how we can be more strategic, how we can use our online presence more so that more people can experience the gospel and hear the messages that we enjoy and we learn from and we grow from week after week. So with that, I want to get into the changes, and I'll just kind of hit those up front. One change you'll see starting tonight on Thursday is we'll have our service at 6:30 live on all of our platforms, and then after that, it'll be available on demand anytime after that. So you can watch after your kids go to bed, you can watch when you get home from work or when you're settling in for the night, but we won't have an 8:30 service. It'll be available on demand after the 6:30 service. Now, I know a lot of you watch our services on Sundays, so I want to talk about what Sunday is going to look like now. If you watch on the Church Online website, congratulations, you're not going to see any changes. Everything is kind of business as usual, but I want to invite you to share those services. You can actually click on the share button or the invite button and invite people to experience that service with you. They can actually get an email reminder when the service comes and join you in that service there. So be sure and share it. But we'll still have it at 9:30 a.m., 11 a.m., and 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. If you watch on Facebook or if you watch on YouTube, then it'll look just a little bit different. And so I'll talk about what those changes are, and then I'll talk about why we're making those changes. So if you watch on Facebook, you were looking for a live video on Facebook on Sundays, but now what you're going to look for is a watch party. So basically what we're doing is we're taking that same video that we posted on Thursday, and we're having a watch party where you can actually interact with people during the service. On YouTube, we're taking the same video that was posted on Thursday, and it's going to be available on demand anytime, because we know if you're watching on YouTube, most of the time you're putting it on your TV, you're putting it in your kitchen, and you're watching it that way, not necessarily engaging with the video as you go. But guess what? You can still share it. You can still click the share button, copy the link, send it in a text message. You can send it in an email and invite people to watch that video on YouTube. But let's get back to Facebook. Facebook is kind of a crazy animal. If you are on social media, or maybe you're not and you're just scared to death of it, and I understand it's kind of a different world, but if you know a little bit about social media, you know that there's a thing called the algorithm. Facebook puts some things out in front of people more than others. You might think if we put it on Facebook, people that are on Facebook are just going to see it, but that's not really how it works. Facebook looks for engagement. Facebook looks for people to like a post, to hit the heart button, to share the post, to comment on the post. And the more people do that, the more Facebook is actually going to put it out in front of more people. So we need your help with that. We need you to actually join those watch parties, comment on those watch parties, invite people to attend it with you. And you can do that by tagging them in the watch party and inviting them to join the service with you. And as you do that, Facebook is seeing more and more engagement on that video, and it's going to put it out in front of more people. So we're taking the same video from Thursday and we're pouring engagement on that. We're inviting people over and over to experience that so that that video spreads not just in our communities, but even across our nation and even across our world. We have people that are watching in several different countries because we're now on Facebook. And here's another cool thing that I want to share with you, and actually where you can look for the watch parties. We have a location page for each one of our campuses. The way you can find that is you go to our Facebook page, the main Rockbridge page, and click on locations. When you do that, you're going to see a list of all of our campuses. So you can click on one of those and you can actually join the watch party at any one of those campus pages. So you'll be able to experience the service with people that you used to see every week at church. And if you've never been to one of our campuses, join one of those local pages, one of those local watch parties, and you might actually see some of your neighbors in there. You might see some coworkers that you didn't even know attended Rockbridge and get to experience the service with them, have a great conversation as you go. But it's just a way for us to be a little bit more localized, a little bit more personalized. So we're going to share the watch parties on each one of our local pages, as well as our main Rockbridge page. So you can look for it there too. The times are going to be 9:30 a.m., 11 a.m., and 8:30 p.m. on Sundays. So look for the watch parties then and there on our Facebook pages. So here's my challenge to you. Let's share these videos, these services like never before. Let's tag our friends who need to hear some good news. Let's share it on your Facebook page. You can actually start your own watch party on your Facebook page and invite your friends to experience the service with you. It's just like having them come into your living room and watch the services with you online. It can be that personal. So Rockbridge, thank you for watching our services online. Thank you for engaging during our services, but especially thank you for sharing and inviting people to hear the good news of Jesus in a time when we so desperately need some good news.